I'm Jack Chapple. I upload business videos pretty much every day, so hit that subscribe and like button if you like these videos. Now, let's get started here. So universal basic income is something that is coming to my province. This is actually happening right now. And we thought that this was some sort of future dream. It's happening right now. It's in a small group of people, though. It's about 4,000 people. They're going to test this out. And I have a couple opinions on this, some bad, some good. I'm mainly interested, I would say, because universal basic income. So what is it? It is people who are underemployed is the main thing. So people who are working but only working like part-time, or people who are unemployed, they are getting a universal basic income from Ontario, from the province of Ontario. And this number is going to be from $17,000 to $24,000. And here's the deal. They get to spend it on whatever they want. There's no restrictions. It's groundbreaking, but there's some bad stuff that goes along with this, which is making me a little bit nervous. So I'm interested to see what happens. So there's, again, as I mentioned, there's 4,000 people. There's 4,000 people that signed up for this. $17,000 to $24,000. And I would say that I'm not necessarily a fan, because that is a lot of money, by the way. That, I know it's like, that's poverty in Ontario. That's like the baseline of poverty, is like $17,000 to $24,000. But the fact that you're giving this money away, and as you guys have heard me talk about, most people, the average person, is bad with money. I was reading up on some of the other basic income projects and that have happened in the past 40 years. And so many of these people that are unemployed or underemployed that are just getting by, when they receive this money, they do use it for, occasionally groceries and bills and stuff. But what happens is they spend it on consumer goods. I mean, I heard this story about how there was this poor, he was like a farmer in Manitoba or something, they got this, and he spent it on a truck. All of it, all of the money on a truck. So I think people are bad with money, which is why I don't really like this project. Because I'm probably going to pay more than $17,000 in taxes this year. All right? So it's like, picture me it's like someone's taking that money away from me. I know this sounds weird, it's kind of conservative view for me. I'm going to give the opposite viewpoint in a second. But I think that's too much money for a basic universal income. I think you can knock that down to 10 grand. Just pay for housing and some groceries now and then. But you got to go to work still. That's one of the things. So I think most people are bad with money. So here's the thing, is that for conservatives in Canada, no one wants this. As a conservative in Canada, the vast minority of conservatives actually like this. Now, who does like this? We have this thing in Canada called, there's three parties in Canada actually. So there's the conservative, and then there's liberal, and then we have this party called the NDP. So in Canada, we have three major parties. Conservatives are our Republicans, liberals are our Democrats, and NDP is this even more left version of a political party, even more left than the liberals, than the Democrats. And so all the I have the stats here actually. So this program, Universal Basic Income, is only supported by millennials, NDP, and liberals. So 59% of millennials surveyed want to see what happens. 63% of people in the NDP want to see this, and 62% of liberals want to see this. And I'm a little bit torn on this because I understand where they're coming from. I talked about the working poor. This is who this is for, the universal basic income. It's for the working poor. It's not for disability, etc. It's for people that are trying to make their lives better, usually, but just either through bad choices or through bad economy, they cannot make enough money to feed themselves. Sometimes they don't. Now, I know that there's going to be a lot of people taking advantage of this, actually. In Canada right now, we have like a massive immigration, not a massive immigration problem, but there is an immigration problem in Canada where a lot of people are coming in. And so what I fear was going to happen is that what if those people Those people, they just want to come here and take this basic income and live on $24,000 a year and not contribute to the country. That's my point of view. That's one of the nervous things that I think about. I think who this is good for, who I really want this money to go towards, is like that single mom that's working 12 hours a day, that has 2 kids and needs money for groceries. That's who I want this money to go to. I think that if I had control over who the money actually went to, I would like this more. But I don't really know. It's going to random people that are underemployed and unemployed. They could be terrible with money, they could be good with money. They could be like some people in my extended family, I love them to death, they have been on disability for decades, even though they're mostly fine, and could work in most jobs as long as it's not physical, as long as it's not like lifting up heavy stuff, by saying that they're more than capable of doing work, but they're just okay with living on disability forever. They're okay with it. And that's what I fear would happen with something like this, is if this money goes to someone who is already working, maybe they're just okay living on this money. And so I have a few, those are my viewpoints. I'm really torn on this. I'm interested to see what happens, but I don't think that it's going to be a good result. So is there another universal basic income pilot anywhere else in the world right now? Or is it just in Ontario? I don't know. I think that there might be some going on in Europe right now, in like one of those Nordic countries, I guess. What do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of this? Now here's my last viewpoint on this, is because I'm doing pretty well. If I keep growing at the rate that I'm growing at economically, there's a chance that I'm going to be paying, if I don't find a way to reduce my taxes through real estate in the next couple of years, there's a chance next year I could pay about 56% in taxes. And liberals specifically want to increase the tax on wealthy people. So I could be paying potentially 60% of my income in taxes, or at the top tax bracket, it's almost 60% in the next couple of years. So if that does happen, and it's largely because of stuff like this, of the universal basic income, I might actually just move away. And so that's the downside. People think that raising taxes is on wealthy people is always good, but then you get people like me, where if the taxes are raised to the point where for every dollar you earn, you only take home 40 cents, people like me are going to move away and just not pay taxes anymore in that province. They're going to move away to a different province or maybe a different country. And so everyone out there that wants the 70% tax on people that are doing well, just think about that. There's going to be less tax revenue. Or there might be more, actually. There could be more, but I'm just saying that wealthy people will move away, and there's going to be less jobs, and it could be bad or it could be good. I don't know. I have a bunch of different opinions on this. But sorry, this is a really random video, but it's something I did want to talk about. Universal basic income. About how it can be good. What do you guys think of this? Seriously. What would you do with it? If you were to receive this money, and you're 25 years old, and you get $17,000 per year, you can do whatever you want with it, what would you do? I know a lot of you watching this are probably pretty good with money if you've been watching my videos, so I'm guessing a lot of you will actually invest it properly and save it, which is what you're supposed to do. Now, ideally, what the province wants to see, they don't want to see you invest this money actually, they want you to spend it on consumer goods. They want you to be active in the economy. If you invest this money or save it, it's actually not doing the country any good. So they actually want to see you spend it on stuff like groceries and utilities and housing, but they don't want you to put it towards savings accounts, because then the money just sits there and it loses value. So I think that's going to wrap this video up here. That's what I wanted to talk about. Universal basic income is happening. It is happening. It could be coming to your province or your country soon. What do you guys think? Do you think that this is a good or bad idea? I think that I'm just interested. That's my conclusion. I'm interested to see what happens. I think that $17,000 is too much. I think it should be more along the lines of $10,000. But that's just my opinion. I want to see what happens. We'll see. We'll see in the next year. So I'd like to thank you very much for watching. Remember to check out my Wealth Accelerator program in the link in the description below. Again, it's a great program teaching you how to do how to make a side business, how to build wealth. And yeah, that's it. So thank you very much for watching. You're all very beautiful people. I'll see you guys in the next video.